a young girl climbed out of her own grave. She noticed corpse spots already appearing on her hands. Then she found the photo on the tombstone. It showed the grave belonged to someone named Mirda. At that moment, memories began flooding back into her mind. A few days ago, she and her boyfriend went for a drive. But that day, her boyfriend was acting very strange. He kept his eyes closed while speeding along the mountain road. When they arrived at their destination, the two of them had a fight. Upset, her boyfriend decided to take drugs. He even invited Mirda to join him. Mirda tried to talk him out of it.
Solo se mi prometti che anche per te è l'ultima volta.
Forse.
Mirda believed his words, but in the end, they both died from a drug overdose. Mirda's father hated her boyfriend, but her soft-hearted mother feared Mirda would be too lonely after death. So she convinced her husband to let Mirda and the boy be buried together. Remembering all this, Mirda started searching for his grave, but he hadn't come back to life. Mirda was heartbroken. She couldn't understand why he would hurt her. Exhausted from crying and feeling hungry, she began walking home. She opened the fridge and grabbed some food, but the moment she took a bite, she threw up. Mirda went back to her room. Everything was just like she had left it before she died. Suddenly, footsteps came from behind. It was her mother checking on the noise. But instead of being scared, her mom told her to stay home. Then her father came in. Mirda grabbed a piece of clothing and ran away in a panic. She hid inside a bar. But she saw the corpse spots spreading on her skin. Even her nails started peeling off. At the same time, a primitive hunger began rising from within. Driven by instinct, she stepped onto the dance floor. Soon a man approached and started flirting. But he had no idea how hungry Mirda was at that moment. After draining the man's blood, the corpse spots disappeared, and she became even more beautiful. She also realized she no longer needed to breathe. She had to accept the fact that she had turned into a zombie. Mirda returned to the bar. On TV, they were reporting the death of the man she had eaten. She stole a customer's phone and tried calling her dad, but hung up right after the call connected. That night, Mirda wandered through the forest, hesitating about whether to return home. Suddenly, several cars pulled up. A group of people with flashlights began calling her name. Mirda climbed into a tree to watch them. They couldn't find her, but they didn't give up. The leader visited Mirda's home. He told her grieving father, Mirda's body wasn't stolen. She had come back to life as a zombie. Enraged, the father kicked the man out. Then he took the landlord to the apartment he had once rented for Mirda. He wanted to terminate the lease, unaware that Mirda was hiding inside. And she was starving. While flipping through Mirda's belongings, her father suddenly heard a noise in the living room. That group trying to catch Mirda also arrived at the apartment. They opened fire on her non-stop. In the end, her father died protecting her. Mirda broke through the window and escaped despite her injuries. Just as they were about to catch her, a motorcycle screeched to a stop in front of her.